From Chris Pratt facing backlash without uttering a single word, to Gina Carano taking on Disney in court.
As soon as my cancellation happened, I had reporters showing up. I had drones looking at my place because it looked out onto the ocean, and there was drones popping up. There was like people in vans, and there was people following me. I was just very exposed, which was very dangerous of Disney to have made the comment they did.
What did they say?
They said, we do not support Gina. We're not going to work with her anymore based off of her. Something about cultural, and basically calling me a racist.
Getting as bad as Biden. When somebody does not do the job, you gotta let them go.
Here are times famous actors stood boldly against woke culture in Hollywood. Starting with Bill Maher, the comedian and longtime liberal found himself in unfamiliar territory when he began openly criticizing woke culture. Known for his outspoken liberalism, Maher shocked many when he openly condemned extreme political correctness and cancel culture on his HBO show, Real Time with Bill Maher. He notably criticized the absurdity surrounding the firing of Emmanuel Cafferty, a Latino man falsely accused of making a white supremacist hand gesture. Maher highlighted how society was becoming overly sensitive, suggesting humorously that Cafferty was likely just flicking a booger.
Mr. Emmanuel Cafferty, he was a San Diego gas and electric worker, but he got fired because someone reported him making a white supremacist hand gesture outside the window of his truck. But he's not a white supremacist, he's Latino, and he wasn't making a hand gesture, he was probably just flicking a booger. Is this really who we want to become? A society of phony, clenched asshole avatars, walking on eggshells, always looking over your shoulder about getting ratted out for something that actually has nothing to do with your character or moral?
Next up, Chris Pratt, known widely for his roles in Guardians of the Galaxy and Jurassic World, found himself in hot water, not for what he said, but for what he didn't say. In 2020, Pratt became a target simply for choosing to remain politically neutral and not openly supporting a Joe Biden fundraiser attended by his Marvel co-stars. Social media quickly labeled him as Hollywood's worst Chris. Even an innocent Instagram joke about voting was misconstrued as insensitive. Pratt's approach to criticism? Silence. His deliberate refusal to engage in the controversy exemplified quiet resistance against Hollywood's political pressures, and despite online backlash, his career thrived. British comedian Ricky Gervais famously refused to hold back against woke culture during his 2020 Golden Globes hosting gig.
You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking, I never did. NBC clearly don't care either, 5th time. So, I mean, Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello? Lucky for me, the Hollywood Foreign Press can barely speak English, and they've no idea what Twitter is, so I got offered this gig by fact.
Gervais delivered a blistering monologue calling out Hollywood's hypocrisy, targeting celebrities' shallow virtue signaling and corporate greed. His unforgettable line, "You're in no position to lecture the public about anything," struck a nerve and made headlines worldwide.
Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show, a superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God.
Gervais' fearless critique highlighted a significant divide between celebrity culture and public perception.
You probably know me as the creator of The Office. No, you don't, do you?
You think Steve Carell did it all? Oh, he's brilliant, isn't he, Steve Carell?
He's amazing as the bumbling office manager.
Where does he get his ideas from?
Let's pay him hundreds of millions of dollars and put him in every movie. If you can't be bothered to go to the cinema to see Steve in action, then just watch him every Thursday here.
Gina Carano experienced firsthand how quickly Hollywood turns when actors voice unpopular political opinions. In February 2021, the Mandalorian star faced intense backlash after a social media post comparing current political divisions to events preceding the Holocaust.
Nazi Germany didn't start just with people just waking up being Nazis and like demonizing, like throwing throwing Jews into the concentration camps. It didn't start there. It started before that. It started with propaganda. You had to kind of start urging people to make it okay to demonize your neighbor and to hate people for whatever differences it was. At that time, it was Jewish people.
Despite similar controversial posts from co-star Pedro Pascal,
care how you invoke the Holocaust if you happen to be of a different political persuasion.
No.
And I pointed out on Twitter right away, as soon as this broke, that Pedro Pascal, who was your co-star in The Mandalorian, the lead in that show, that Pedro Pascal had put out a Holocaust meme in 2018 in which he not only got the facts wrong, he actually posted a picture from not the American border in 2018 and called it America 2018. He then compared the treatment of migrant children in 2018 to victims of the Holocaust in 1941, which is absolutely absurd on every level.
only Carano faced severe consequences. Disney swiftly fired her, triggering widespread debates on cancel culture and political double standards in Hollywood. Carano didn't stay silent, revealing in interviews the harassment she faced afterward, including intrusive paparazzi surveillance. Oscar-winning actor Matthew McConaughey also boldly confronted Hollywood's woke expectations by openly criticizing.
There is a lot on that illiberal left that absolutely condescend, patronize, and are arrogant toward that other 50%.
The illiberal left during a 2020 appearance on Russell Brand's podcast. McConaughey challenged the divisive political climate, emphasizing the need for dialogue and mutual respect. His willingness to speak candidly on controversial topics without facing major career setbacks illustrated that established actors could successfully navigate the risks of opposing mainstream Hollywood views. Dave Chappelle, known for pushing boundaries, sparked enormous debate with his 2021 Netflix special, The Closer. His jokes triggered outrage from LGBTQ groups, leading to protests and a Netflix employee walkout demanding his show's removal.
I am not saying that to say that trans women aren't women. I am just saying that those pussies that they got, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not pussy, but that's like beyond pussy or impossible pussy. You know what I mean? It tastes like pussy, but that's not quite what it is. It's not blood, that's beet juice.
Netflix stood firm, backing Chappelle and signaling a significant pushback against cancel culture pressure. Chappelle emerged from this controversy as a symbol of artistic freedom, continuing to perform to sold-out crowds worldwide. Clint Eastwood has long been Hollywood's most famous conservative voice. Known for openly sharing his conservative political beliefs, Eastwood boldly challenged Hollywood's liberal status quo with his iconic 2012 Republican National Convention speech.
Absolutely crazy. You're getting as bad as Biden.
Addressing an empty chair as President Obama. Despite backlash, Eastwood continued expressing his beliefs, notably directing American Sniper, which sparked intense debate and huge box office success. Bill Maher again illustrates how even lifelong liberals can push back against extreme woke culture. Maher's consistent critique of identity politics and overly aggressive social justice activism continues to resonate with audiences tired of political extremes. He remains outspoken, maintaining popularity while highlighting hypocrisy within his political circles.
Yeah, everybody hates it and no one stands up to it because it's always the safe thing to swallow what you really think and just join the mob.
Finally, Gina Carano returns to the spotlight in an ongoing controversy with her 2024 lawsuit against Disney. Supported by Elon Musk and X-Corp, Carano alleges wrongful termination.
Gina Carano is suing Disney and Lucasfilm over her being fired from The Mandalorian in 2021. Carano filed a complaint on Tuesday in California federal court for discrimination and wrongful termination and alleges she was fired for voicing right-wing opinions on social media.
Her lawsuit reignited crucial debates about political freedom in Hollywood, showing the potential to redefine industry norms. These stories highlight celebrities who stood firm against overwhelming pressures in Hollywood, emphasizing a powerful message. Staying true to your beliefs often comes at a cost, but also has the power to influence real cultural change.